FTSE 100 and Dow keep reaching all-time highs. Where next?
I don't know. I just don't know. And there's no good pretending I do know or anyone knows. I mean, I think the market's way overvalued. I can't understand what's happening economically, and I don't pretend to try. I'm very interested in it. And I said earlier, it's like a sort of exciting novel. You just can't wait to see how it all ends. But I can't get my head around the fact that printing money is not going to cause inflation eventually, if you print enough of it. The fact that Japan seems to find it impossible to create inflation that they're trying to do just by sort of printing money. Presumably, at some point, if you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it, you'll create an inflationary environment. And I don't believe this deflation risk business that everyone talks about. I think the real risk out there is that inflation at some point will take hold and go bananas. And I just can't think of any other eventual outcome from printing money. I mean, but I'm not an economist and I don't pretend to know anything, but that's just my own view. So I think sooner or later something will give. But I don't know what it is, and it doesn't really make that much of a difference to my trading strategy because I'm not really doing sort of micro trades. I don't index trade, for instance. I wouldn't be long or short of the FTSE or Wall Street.
Are you shifting your stance in terms of bear opportunities with the current climate then?
It's obviously more helpful if you're a bear in a backdrop of a falling market, and more helpful if you're a bull in a backdrop of a market hitting highs all the time. But again, it's too general for me. I don't really look at. I'm not. You know, sometimes days will go by where I don't know whether Wall Street's up or down. I don't even know what it was down 100 and something last night. But normally, you know, it doesn't really concern me where Japan or Wall Street or London are going. I mean, but just I mean, some people are good at it. It's just not. It's just too imprecise for me to think. Oh, I think Wall Street's a bit overheated. I'll sell it, or you know, it's got more in it. I'll buy it. It's not my nature.
What about particular opportunities, companies that I've identified for the remainder of 2015? Any that you want to share?
What, long or short?
That you want to just draw attention to for whatever reason.
I'm short of a company. Well, I'm short of Quindale. I'm short of Afrin, of the companies that are very newsworthy at the moment. I'm short of a company called Tungsten that I believe, which is an invoice company, whose business plan I believe to be totally flawed, despite what its highly paid and highly respected management think. I'm short of Gulf Keystone Petroleum because another very popular stock with private clients. I think that they're not in the same problems that Afrin are, but it's pretty close to having those sort of problems. Longs, I'm long of fairly boring stuff. Glaxo, Vodafone. I'm long of a gambling company called GVC, which is supposed to be very risky, but yields about 10% and keeps paying the dividend. That's about it, really. I mean, I'm long of a few. I've got a sort of few fairly boring portfolio type stocks, but yeah, most of my interest is on the short side. And there's quite a few to choose from, really, at the moment.